Okay, you all asked for more flashlight and EDC reviews. Here we go. We got another ThruNite, and this is the TC10 version 2. And the one I'm showing you there is the TC12, which I just did a review on. So I'm going to compare these two because they are similar. They both charge via the USB. Of course, you can take the 18650 battery out and charge it in a charger, dedicated charger. I have a multi-charger from ThruNite that'll charge all the different batteries. I've also done a review on my channel of that. This is in some ways a heavier duty version than the TC12, which is a little bit smaller. I'm going to show you side by side there. You can see how the 10 is bigger. The button, when you push it, also the mode button, also feels different. It feels softer, the push on the TC10. It's more click-like on the TC12. And here you can see this has a double area there, one where you just slip the belt through and the other where you can lift it up. And this sheath is a little bit heavier duty. Everything seems a little heavier duty on this light. The light is larger, heavier, but it does just use one 18650 battery. So for me, if I was going to pick between the two, I would probably pick the TC12 because I like the trimmer profile. And you can see at the end, I'm going to compare the light, and I really couldn't tell a difference between the light that these put out as far as the spread of the beam and everything. Now that piece of paper you got to take out before it'll work, by the way. And there's a ThruNite battery. I've gotten good performance out of these. I also like the Panasonic batteries that are made in Japan, the 18650 batteries. So either one will work good. Some of the batteries you buy are real lightweight. They don't hold a charge at all, the 18650s that you'll buy on eBay or something. So if you find these batteries cheap, 18650 batteries, you're probably going to get what you pay for. To go through the modes, you just push that button once the light is turned on. Each time you push it, it cycles up to a brighter mode, and then it will remember the last mode you were on. So if you turn the power button off and turn it back on, it'll remember the last mode. Then if you hold down the mode button, by the way, I just tried double clicking and nothing happens when you double click, but if you hold it down, it goes to the strobe mode. So if you want to daze an intruder, that's how you do that. And then this thing's pretty solid too, by the way. If you had it gripped and you smack somebody on the head with it, it would probably daze them a little bit as well. There's a close-up of the switch. Again, it has a little softer push to it, just a different push to it. I'm not saying one's better than the other. But the 12 has more like a click-like push, and this one's more spongy. And there you can see where you can charge it with a USB, which is convenient because you always have USB around. Sometimes you might not have your multi-charger around. So that's a big plus for both of these lights. Both of these lights have that capability, the TC10 and the TC12. And then I'm going to do some comparisons here as far as the light that it puts out, and both of them put out excellent light. Any of these modern lights that are high quality lights and use an 18650 battery generally put out good light. I've never had any that don't. And I mean, the modern lights have just gotten so good. Now I'm talking about the high quality ones like the ThruNites, the Phoenix, the 47s, any of the higher quality lights. They all tend to do pretty good in this day and age. But you can see here, this lights up anything that it's pointed at and has a decent throw to it, and also has a decent spread to it, a decent flood, if you will. So it's a nice compromise between throw and flood. And there's a bunch of other reviews on this where people take it out in the woods and point it, 400 yards and all this stuff. But I use my lights more like you really would use them. And take it from me, this has plenty of light. And then we're going to see a comparison between this one, the TC10 and the TC12, and I'm just going to kind of switch back and forth between the two, and depending on what level you have them on, if you have them both on high, they're really pretty equivalent. I didn't see much difference at all between the two lights, and I was thinking that because the TC10 has a bigger reflector you would see a difference, but to my eye I really didn't see much difference at all. So if you want a more trim light, so you want to go for the TC12, something a little more compact, I don't see a downside to it at this point. If you want something really heavy duty that can take a pounding and that you can use more tactically, then maybe you do want to look at the TC10. But I'd say Either light, you really can't go wrong. Please let me know what you carry and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.